Although some people are under the impression that John and I spent our entire year and a half together in LA, we spent only about 7 months there, from September 1973, with many long breaks back in New York. Most people have come to know the time that John Lennon and I spent together as the Lost Weekend. I am always surprised by how many people are under the impression that our time together lasted only a single weekend. Everybody changes. With John, things changed on a daily basis. When you hear something that's not correct, it really starts to irk someone. I've been airbrushed out, as it were. You can imagine my frustration at being erased from history deliberately. I really don't know how Yoko can sleep at night knowing what she's done. But I can tell you I sleep very peacefully. I understand it when the fans are looking at me. The Beatles, and John in particular, are their musical idols. You can't touch John, but you want to know more about him, and you want to know from a person who was close to him. If anybody had told me I was going to live outside of New York City, I would have thought they were out of their minds. Many of what are now considered historic events, such as John and Paul McCartney's only jam session after the Beatles split up, weren't photographed. I'm surprised I captured as many moments as I did. Sometimes it would feel permanent, but he could be jerked back into Yoko's mind games very easily. Also, as our relationship began so strangely, I suppose it would have had to end just as strange. I wanted to be cleared up about that lost weekend. I've heard enough of the myth. It was frustrating, but I let it go. History is one thing that nobody can take away. No matter what anybody says or whose side you're on.